Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing, well, first I should probably let you guys know that the uploading schedule is going to change slightly. So instead of videos coming out at 3 p.m. Eastern time, Sure. Yeah, EST. They're going to come out at 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Just to give me a little bit more time, guys, a little bit more time to edit, have everything ready and uploaded in time for you guys, because as we're in summer right now, it is a little bit challenging to kind of navigate between doing YouTube, being here with you guys, and also like kind of balancing my life right now, to be honest, balancing, my friends, my family, etc. And I really want to still be able to upload videos on a timely basis for you guys. So we are just going to change the uploading time from 3 to 9, so I'll still be here. So anyways, in this video, we're going to be doing a whole guide on how to become a pro at detachment. Detachment has never been something that I was really good at, to be honest. I've always kind of struggled with detachment, struggled with letting go of friendships, letting go of relationships, especially relationships, guys, because like I said, I used to have a severe need for validation. And when I went through my healing journey and processing all of that, is when I was able to really learn to love myself. But even after that, sometimes it is still hard to detach from outcome, detach from individuals, and learn to really live in the present moment. So before we get started, I noticed that we have new members for our audience. Just the other day, I had a DM on Instagram by a guy letting me know that he watches my videos on a weekly basis. And I realized it's not just girls that watch my videos, and it's guys as well. And so welcome to all of you. I'm going to try to cater my vocabulary to ensure that I'm being inclusive of everyone watching these videos. And so everybody can get something out of this, and everybody can learn from these experiences and learn from these tips and tricks that can benefit all of our lives. Anyway, so if you're ready to jump into this video and learn all about detachment, grab a cute drink. We're doing this kombucha. I'm doing a raspberry and vanilla kombucha, and we're going to chat all about detachment and my tips and tricks when it comes to that. All right, so step number one, I really wanted to talk about the 3 levels of attachment, we can say. So there's attachment, which is where you're fully invested in something, you're very attached to outcome, very attached to that person, very almost dependent or codependent with that individual, whether that's a friendship, a family member, a relationship. And then there's the whole other extreme, which is detachment. And that is kind of, being away from the person, not really being fully invested, not being invested in outcome, etc. But I want to talk about this really little center point, which is called unattachment. And I have been following these like spiritual lessons for about 15 years of my life with my family that really focuses on unattachment. And for the longest time, guys, I did not understand this concept of unattachment. I did not understand what this meant in a healthy way. I was like, wait, what does it even mean to be unattached? Is that even a word that exists in our vocabulary? But the truth is, unattachment is the midpoint between attachment and detachment. And what it means is to invest your time and energy into things that you believe in without an expectation of things going the way that you need them to go. Because the truth is, we don't control everything. We do not control other people's opinions, other people's decisions, other people's behaviors. We just do not have that in our control. And so what is the point of being super attached to outcome when we are not the only people that govern that outcome? There is no point. It just hurts us. It creates these barriers. It creates these feelings, of having to consistently think about that and consistently become anxious over an outcome that is not guaranteed by us. So with this concept of unattachment, we're going to talk about how to actually practice unattachment on a day-to-day basis when it comes to every relationship, okay? This is not just a relationship with a man or a woman. This is a relationship that can be with a friend group, in school. It can be like with your grades, with the people you're working with in class, in projects. It can be with coworkers. It can be with anything. Any relationship that you have in your life, this concept can be applied to. So step number 1, you want to get very clear on your boundaries and what your standards are. I think this is the most difficult part, to be honest, but this is the most crucial part of the entire process of unattachment. It is really understanding what your standards are. What are your expectations of your friends? Expectations of, where you would like to see your friend group be. You need to have a clear understanding of this. Also, when it comes to relationships, who is your ideal partner? How do they ideally treat you? You need to get that very clear in your head as well and have a clear list of your standards. When it comes to your workplace, what is the environment like that you uphold? What is the dynamic between you and your coworkers? What does that look like? What does that look like for you? And have a standard for what exactly exactly you're looking for. And then lastly, when it comes to the relationship with yourself, because this is also something that I think we need to learn to start detaching from or becoming unattached from, which is the relationship and expectations you put on yourself. So have a clear standard of who the version of you that you want to become is. Understand who that person is. Understand what they are looking to aim towards. And I'll put a video here about how to create your higher self script that will help you get an understanding of that. But the first step is really to sit with yourself and get clear on what it is that you're willing to accept in your life. Okay? This is the pivotal point of all of this. You need to get so clear on this because this is going to set the standard and the bar for you. So then when you meet people or you're in situations, you can make an analysis over how you feel about that, how you feel about that person, how you feel about that relationship, how you feel about that dynamic, etc., this, that, and the other, so that you can make the right decisions for you. So I'll give you an example. Once you understand what you're willing to accept in, let's say, a partner in a romantic relationship, when you're not met with that standard in real life, it's gonna turn you off, okay? You're gonna be like, oh, I value communication, but this person that I'm talking to doesn't text me for multiple days. That isn't in line with my values, and therefore, this is likely not my person. You can literally process your feelings and emotions by really just understanding what your standards are, and this is why it is so important to do that. When we think about friendship groups, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like people who go clubbing and go partying, whereas your friends right now are asking you to go clubbing, partying, etc., and that just doesn't align with you, well, there you go. That is your clear connection and clear dot that what you uphold and what those people are providing are not in line, so why are you still friends with them? You need to think about your standard. But in order to think about the standard, in order to actually master that unattachment, we need to be aware of it. And I think that's where we had that disconnect. I could never really understand why it was that I was attached to certain people, why it was that I really wanted it to work with that person, why it was that it just would bother me when things wouldn't go the right way with a certain person. But then when I would take a step back and really analyze it for like my standards and what I really respect in a person, I'm like, that person doesn't even have those things. So why am I being attached to someone who clearly cannot demonstrate what I need them to? All right, so moving on to step number 2, here is the secret to truly detaching from people, and that is detaching from outcome. You need to master the art of detaching from outcome. Now, you're a human being, I'm a human being. We're never going to be able to do this to 100%. We have human experiences. There are times where we're going to be really invested in people, really invested in outcomes, really invested in that promotion or that travel opportunity, or I don't know, like the friend group that you have and really wanting to be friends with a specific person. But the truth is, you need to detach from the outcome of situations. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, you do not control the other person. You do not control all the factors and variables that come with that situation. And if you are literally putting all of your time and energy into the outcome and being like, I'm going to end up with that person, this friendship is going to turn out to be like this, I'm going to have that promotion, you are going to turn your own imagination into a vision of what that is. And that's so dangerous, guys. That's when we tap into that area of thinking everything is going to work out because I know it's going to work out, because in my mind it's working out. But the truth is, you can, but it's based on you, right? The potential that you create for situations and outcomes are based on you. They're based on your own beautiful understanding of the world, beautiful essence, etc. But not everybody's like that. Not everyone has the same life experiences as you. Not everyone is gonna have the courage and the energy as you do to work on your healing and self-love and all that beautiful stuff. Not everyone's gonna have that. And you need to get clear on the fact that people are who they are. They are not going to change for you. And I posted a video just a few weeks ago about a relationship that I had with a narcissist. And I'm going to put that right here for you guys to see the whole concept of like people don't change and to stop really betting on potential. Moving on to step number 3. Okay, so this is the analysis portion of everything. So we've spoken about, the initial blueprint of what we're looking for. We've spoken about kind of that detachment from outcome. And then now we're going to talk about awareness and the ability to process and analyze. When a person is showing you who they are, we're going to go back to that first example that I was talking about. If you value communication and a person is showing you that they cannot communicate with you, they are texting you very dry, they're not asking you questions, they're not pursuing you, they are not chasing you, they are not blah, 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 and you are not in line with that, you are not in line with someone not reciprocating energy with you, clock out, leave. Move on, because you have to have the self-awareness enough to understand that that's not your person. And I say this with such a kind heart, and I'm holding your hand when I say this, okay? Because I know it's so hard to come to terms with this because I struggle with this all the time, guys. All the time. I struggle with this concept of, this person is showing me this little sign about them or this little thing about them, and I'm not really sure if I should, move on or if I should just give them another chance or whatnot and this, that, and the other. But here's the thing. My therapist used to tell me this thing where you imagine two jars. You imagine a jar full of good points about the person, pros about the person, and then a jar of all the cons about the person. Okay, if you're a person that's like me and quick to kind of cut people off or cut things off, I suggest you do this because this is really helpful. So every time somebody does something great, I want you to clock it. Clock that made you feel good about yourself or made you feel good about the situation and the dynamic. When somebody does something that's not great, clock that as well, but also try to think about why you feel a specific way about it. Because for me personally, sometimes I struggle with, is it because it's a pattern that I've seen with other people and I let that kind of dictate this current situation? Or is it because what they're doing is actually not a great thing and not aligning with my values and morals? But again, this is why we do step number 1, right? This is why we list out our standards so we can take this, we can go back there and analyze to see, is it in my head or is it truly something that I don't value? In this case, if a person is not communicating with you clearly, reciprocating the energy, etc., that you are in the relationship with them, what you need to do is sit with yourself and be like, okay, what are my facts here? Are they not texting me good morning? Are they not texting me consistently? Is it like I'm waiting hours to hear back from this person? Is it that we've been talking for a significant amount of time? Maybe it's been like 3 weeks you and this person have been consistently talking, and then all of a sudden they are pulling away from you. They are not talking to you. They are going like multiple days, multiple hours, whatever, without speaking to you, without actual validity. Okay, please, 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 without validity. And I stress this because, guys, we're all adults. We have things to do. We have lives to live. We have things we need to be doing. If your partner, and this goes for guys or girls watching this, if your partner is consistently texting you and having nothing else to do, there's a problem. Okay? You need to give it space and time. Now, there is appropriate timing between two people, and as you communicate with that person, you'll get an understanding of where you stand with them, right? If a person is texting you being like, hey, good morning, like I hope you had a good night. I apologize for not being able to reply to you yesterday. I'll get to you as soon as I can. I'm just kind of busy with this one thing right now. Why are we stressing about someone like that? We shouldn't be quick to cut off people that are communicating with us, okay? People that don't communicate and take days to respond, don't really care about you, don't really care about replying, reply dry, etc., that's a different story. Also, clock into how you are feeling. If your gut is telling you that there's something wrong here, this person's not really like reciprocating, not really giving you the energy that you deserve, and it's making you anxious, please sit with yourself and process those feelings and determine if this is something you want to pursue or not. Give yourself the peace. Give yourself the peace, because the truth is, if you are going to consistently chase people that are not reciprocating any of that energy into you, not pouring into you, you are going to be drained. You're going to get to a point where you're like, oh my God, I'm literally pouring all of this time, all of this energy into these people that are not doing the same to me. And you don't deserve that. You deserve someone that's going to come straight, correct, amazing, going to treat you the way you deserve, and is going to reciprocate your energy. Guys and girls watching, okay? Sometimes, even though we might really, really want a person, we might really feel like we're connected with that individual, we want that person, especially if you've been in a relationship with someone or a situationship, which I hate the word situationship, guys. I hate the concept of situationships. I don't know why people are in situationships, and I feel like we should do a video that we talk all about this, right? Like a video where I talk all about situationships and why we shouldn't be doing that to ourselves. We shouldn't be putting ourselves in places where we can deliberately hurt ourselves, you know? So anyways, the key concept here is to really just analyze, understand, see how things make you feel, and make a judgment over how they're making you feel. That is the key to all of this, okay? The step number 3 to all of this. And I'm going to be very clear with you guys about something here. Your right person is not going to make you feel like this. Your right person is not going to make you feel like you're walking on eggshells or 1 foot in, 1 foot out, hot and cold. It's like your right person, no. They're not going to do that for you. Your right relationship, friendship is not going to do that for you. The right people you should have in your life, not going to treat you that way. And I'm telling you, the key to really unraveling this and revealing who a person is just talk to them. Just literally tell them, be like, hey, I feel like you're responding to me in this way, and this is how I'm taking it right now. Can you clarify if that is actually what's going on here? It's just communicate how you feel. Communicate how a person is making you feel. And I'll tell you from experience, a person that truly is genuinely interested in you, genuinely interested in pursuing you, will help you through that, will clarify to you that that's not how they're feeling, or will clarify to you, hey, actually, this is where I'm at right now. That is how you'll be able to make decisions on who to keep in your life and who not to keep in your life. Here's something I really wanted to point out about romantic relationships, because I know we get so caught up with this because there's so much investment in romantic relationships, like time, energy, money, etc. And here's the thing. When somebody isn't treating you the way that you deserve to be treated, I want you to say this one thing in your mind. My husband or my wife would never do that. Once you get that, okay, put into your mind in whatever situation you're going through with a man, with a woman, you will be able to detach very quickly. Because the truth is, would your husband really not text you in an entire day? Would your wife really not check in on you when you're not feeling well? Think about it. Your person would not do that. So why are you sitting here stressing about a person that cannot give you the bare minimum of what you need and what your standards are, again, from step number 1? We don't do that. The thing is, sometimes the universe and God will give us people like this, will give us situations like this for us to learn things. Not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. And I know it's a hard pill to swallow. I know it is so difficult because we want people, right? We want companionship. We want to know that people care about us, know that people love us, and people do. But sometimes we meet people that aren't meant to be a part of our lives, aren't meant to be, people that we end up with for a long time, people that we get married to, people that we become our aunts and uncles for our children, that we end up working with, our coworkers, right? And that's okay. It's natural. It's normal for us to go through that process. It's normal for us to be removed from the lives of other people. And I say be removed for a very specific reason, because I don't believe in rejection. I don't think anything is a rejection. I think that everything that doesn't work out for you is actually truly just not meant for you. And there's something higher at play that's removing things that don't align with you in your life. And you need to look at it from that perspective. Look at it as an opportunity. When you and a person don't work out, when you and a friendship don't work out, when you and it's an opportunity that you were looking to work towards, or at work, or in a group project, or maybe something that you were trying to work towards for yourself, maybe a business that you started that didn't come through, there's a reason why it didn't happen. There's a reason why you didn't end up having that opportunity, having that situation happen for you. And there's something greater than us that knows that. There's something bigger at play that has seen situations, seen the outcome, seen so many different factors that we didn't get to see, that knows deep down that that situation was never going to be for us. I think back to some relationships I've had in my life, okay? Like relationships with ex-partners or situationships I was in, and I was like, damn, like my life would be so different if like those actually worked out. Like my life would be so different if like I pursued this certain business opportunity. Like my life would be so different if I didn't choose the career path I chose. Like there's so many factors to the world that I think we need to start considering. We need to start looking at it from the glass half full perspective and not necessarily just glass half empty, because truly the world operates in your favor. It always does. It operates in your benefit. It operates for the betterment of you. And once you get this in your head and you understand that that's how it's working for you, that's how the universe is working for you, and you believe and have faith in the process while trying, okay? Because the truth is, you cannot just sit here and have faith. You cannot just be like, oh my gosh, the universe is going to deliver me all of my beautiful things. No, you too have to work towards it, okay? Things take hard work. You're not going to sit here and be like, I want my dream body, and not go to the gym and not work out and not do your fitness routine and not eat healthy. That's not how it works. You're not going to sit here and be in a loving, beautiful, romantic relationship if you're not willing to work through things with your partner. You are not going to be in a fruitful friendship if you're not willing to step in, have boundaries, help your friends out with things, also pour into your friendships. It's not going to happen for you. It just isn't going to work that way. So what you need to do is really give yourself the opportunity. Okay, when you're in situations with people, even in situations with like goals that you're working towards, give it your all, okay? Give it your 100%. But understand that if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, you're okay. because you know and have faith that something better is coming for you. All right, guys, so that's the end of our video today on detachment and the art of unattachment, we can say, and really learning how to move on from things, learning how to process things and work through situations. I hope this video was helpful to give you guys a few tips and tricks on understanding that life works the way it's going to work. As long as you give your 100%, you give the best opportunity you can to your situations, but you live outcome-free, expectation outcome free, you will be perfectly fine. I believe in you, I know you can do it, and I'll see you next time.